What is up, guys? Well, we're in Johnson County in Idaho with Adam King. They're going to call him Johnson in this video. I'm not sure why. Anyway, this is from 13 years ago. This is going to fall around 2012 when he wanted to run for sheriff, and he got some bad news about why he couldn't run for sheriff. And then we're going to go like 4 years later, and we'll see what has happened, and then we're going to go to current day and see if we can wrap this all up. Also, I would like to note, like 90% of people now that watch these videos are not subscribed to their channel. Click the button and we will move along. So this is Adam King, who wants to run for sheriff in 2012, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
For Kootenai County Sheriff has one less competitor.
27-year-old Adam Johnson sent out a Facebook message saying that he is pulling out of the race. Just last week, the county prosecutor said that he's not eligible because he's on probation. Johnson is the same man who shot and wounded 2 people in Coeur d'Alene in 2009.
He's on probation. He shot 2 people in 2009. But wait, there's more. The latest news isn't going to tell you all this, but I'm going to show you.
But it was a guilty plea to a drug charge that is preventing him from running. KXOI4's Anusha Roy.
Yes, heroin. Pled guilty to possession of heroin in 2012, I think.
Roy live in Coeur d'Alene now with what Johnson is saying tonight.
Well, he is disappointed by the decision that he had to make. He's currently on a 2-year probation after he pled guilty to possession of heroin in January.
So when he gets done with his probation and he completes everything and he's a good boy, then his probation's over in 2014, which opens it up for him to run for sheriff in 2016. Let that sink in.
January, and the county prosecutor said that he can't run because his rights to hold office have not been restored and only will be when he finishes probation. Last night, Johnson sent out a Facebook message saying he's pulling out of that race and continued to say that this is a result of his own actions and lapse of judgment. Johnson is facing a withheld judgment, and that means if his probation is completed successfully, this case could be dismissed. So last week he told KXLY he wanted clarification on what that type of judgment means for his rights to run for office.
I feel so passionately about this, that this is something that I want to do, that I think it needs to be clarified.
This afternoon, Johnson said he still wants that clarification, but does not want to have to go the route of a lawsuit.
Because that's going to cost him money.
Because that would cost money, and part of his campaign was going to focus on reducing spending.
Part of his campaign was going to go to reducing spending. Reducing spending, that would mean that the sheriff's office is going to reduce spending, because trust and believe, they're not going to reduce taking the tax cattle's money.
Johnson said that he does plan to run again in 2016. His probation will be up in 2014. Live in Coeur d'Alene, Anusha Roy, KXLY.
Thank you, Nisha. So, let's see what's going on now. Also, this is from, the other ones are from the news. This is from, whomever this is.
Well, when the results came in, I was felt like I could breathe a little bit then. You know, you're almost holding your breath waiting for these results to come in.
Yes, there he is, Adam King.
We
Felon.
were sitting there and watching the screen refresh just every few minutes, hoping to see something. When they finally came up, it was a big feeling of relief.
Also, I'd like to note, because I already know there's going to be people in the comments saying, Trump's a felon, Trump's a felon. If you can't see, that is total bullshit. You're an idiot issue. You got idiot-itis, and I'm sorry about that. You might want to go see your primary care about that. None of them had a problem with Trump until he ran for office. And then, every time you turn around, they were trying to throw him in jail for something. Nothing has stuck. He's done. I'm just going to say that.
Thank you. I love you. Y'all are awesome. I was blessed to realize that I have some.
And yes, if you hear that blender downstairs, the teens are down there making milkshakes.
So many friends. I've been saying recently, my new saying is if you want to know who your friends are, run for office. And I was pleased to find out that I have a lot of really good friends, and they really stepped up for me. Well, starting tomorrow, I'm picking up signs, and then in a few days we're going to take a vacation. But then when I get back, I will meet with the board of directors of the Stop Task Force and discuss with them how we need to do the transition as far as changing leadership of the Special Crimes Unit. And what I hope to do is I hope to retire from the city of Cleveland, which will give me the opportunity to go and visit with some senior law enforcement officials, go and visit other jails, and just spend some time with our commissioners, our county judge, our emergency management coordinator, and just start getting to know the things that I need to know so that the first day that I'm on the job, I'll be ready, I can hit the ground running. I didn't know what to expect. I've never run for office before, so I really didn't know. I was looking to some of the other elected officials to kind of give me some guidance on that, and they pretty well knew what the turnout was going to be and hit it on the nose. So it's not as high as I would have probably expected, but it was right on the money from what our elected officials expected.
Right on the money from what the elected officials expected. Did they expect this? Good sheriff?
We start with some breaking news here right off the top at 10. The Johnson County Sheriff...
Guess who? Also, why does he still have his clothes on and they just threw the jail outfit over him to take the picture? He likely wasn't even in jail. They're going to tell you he was. I'm doubting it. Like actually in jail. Nah, I'm doubting it. This would be on. This is a PR.
On the other side of the law tonight, Adam King, who you see right here, is now facing multiple charges after he was arrested tonight.
We got Marvin Hurst live on the story this
Wow, what's he been charged with now?
evening. You have the list of charges. You've looked through it. What do you see?
It's a whole list.
Just got through sorting through those indictments. A lot to read, Doug and Nicole, and certainly a lot to digest. Let's take a look at the graphic that I've had produced for you there. There are the list of charges there that you see on the right, and you see Sheriff Adam King there on your left there. That's not how we're used to seeing him. He's in a mugshot instead of a cowboy hat and wearing his badge, and that's how we see him tonight. This all stems from an investigation that essentially is a sexual harassment investigation. According to what we have learned from those arrest documents that I was telling you, those indictment documents, this all started back on June 30th when a female employee of this sheriff's department filed a complaint in internal affairs, and that turned into an investigation with the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers going through this investigation and coming up with the charges that you see there on the screen. This also involves an internal affairs chief, Chief James Salter. Chief James Salter says when, or his attorney says when this woman came and brought those charges to him, the allegations rather, that's when he moved into action and everything started to move forward. Now, some of the things that we were able to read in this were just truly disturbing. The allegations are that if you, quote, disrobe, take your sweater off, then I will sign the paperwork. There were things that said, the employee says, well, when should I come to work tomorrow morning? And it says, it depends on, if what you're wearing tomorrow morning. And all kinds of things that are just really, really hard to read. Keep in mind that an indictment is just a document that says that there's just enough to carry this case to trial. It is not an admission of guilt or anything at this point. So this is just the beginning in this case. Reporting live from Johnson County, Marvin Hurst, CBS News Texas.
We certainly have to let the process play out.
Let the process play out, yes.
Marvin, but we...
Yes, and we will let the process play out. So, where are we at? 2 days ago.
The Johnson County Sheriff bonded out of his own jail, facing charges of sexually harassing several females.
Bonded out of his own jail. He went in there, they threw the jail garb over the top of his clothes, took a picture, and he left.
Employees. Authorities say when one of those employees filed a complaint, he threatened to handcuff and jail her. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joins us with details from Sheriff Adam King's arrest report. Alex.
Hi, Clarice. I had a chance to read that indictment, and I can tell you that it lists numerous examples of when the Johnson County Sheriff allegedly harassed several of his female employees. You know, he was arrested after an investigation that was conducted by the Texas Rangers, and he has placed himself on voluntary administrative leave as his...
He's placed himself on voluntary administrative leave. By the way, that's paid leave.
Case plays out in court. Some Johnson County residents are reeling following the arrest of their sheriff, Adam King.
All I can say is it's heartbreaking just to hear this about him.
Sheriff King was booked into the county jail.
It's heartbreaking to hear that about him. What about the victims?
In Cleburne Wednesday, indicted for misdemeanor sexual harassment and felony retaliation against a witness.
Well, certainly when there's an allegation of misconduct against a top law enforcement official, that ordinarily would be referred to an outside agency.
Russell Wilson is a former prosecutor turned criminal defense attorney who's not involved in this case. The outside agency that investigated this case, the Texas Rangers, spent 6 weeks reviewing complaints from female subordinates who have worked for Sheriff King for the past 18 months. He's accused of making unwanted sexual advances towards the women. According to the indictment, King told one employee, "If you keep losing weight, you're going to make me do some ungodly things to you." Another time, he allegedly told that same woman that she would need to disrobe before he would sign any documents, the documents being part of her job requirements. And according to the indictment, he reportedly told other female employees they needed to wear more makeup at work.
These are very serious charges. I think, he could face imprisonment, lose his license as a peace officer, and be removed from office. Certainly the sheriff would be entitled, as any citizen is, for the public to reserve judgment and try to wait to hear the other side of this case.
But wait, I thought they were held to higher standards.
Outside the jail in Cleburne,
that you would cover him, his family. We look to you, Lord, our Savior Jesus Christ, in all of this.
A small group.
A small group. Did they not know that he shot and wounded 2 people in 2009 and pled guilty to heroin possession in 2012? How would you not? Somebody's running for sheriff. How would you not? I don't know. Look through their background.
A group of Johnson County residents prayed for the sheriff and his family.
It's not about the sides for me this morning. We're just
It's not about the sides for you. I didn't hear y'all praying anything about the victims.
here to pray and lift them up.
And again, as of this late afternoon, we now know that the sheriff has bonded out of jail. In the meantime, the Johnson County judge said in a statement that Mr. King, of course, is entitled to the presumption of innocence, but added that, of course, no person is above the law. A court date for King, a next appearance, has not yet been set. Back to you.
Back to you. Nobody is above the law.
Alex.
Nobody is above the law. Well, I guess we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I am out.